Well, the president's speech tonight came just hours after he launched that trade war with America's three biggest trading partners that sent financial markets into a tailspin.
And with higher tariffs being imposed by the Trump administration on Canada, Mexico, and China, Acadiana consumers and businesses stand to potentially pay a hefty price. Tonight, News 15 Investigates takes a look at what is likely to cost more here in South Louisiana. News 15's Dracar Francois joins us after speaking with an economic analyst to break down the specific impacts here in Acadiana.
Significant tariffs are now in place on goods coming to the U.S. from Canada, Mexico, and China. An economic analyst who spoke with News 15 Investigates believes this may not end well for businesses and consumers here in Acadiana.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much.
President Trump signing an executive order imposing the new tariffs that took effect Tuesday. Canada and Mexico will now be charged 25% tariff on most goods coming into the U.S., and China is being charged 20%.
That's going to definitely affect Lafayette because y'all are big in oil field services, drilling, energy production, so forth.
Some oil field companies based out of Lafayette rely on daily operational materials coming from other countries. Now that those companies will face higher costs, economic analyst Thomas Fellows believes there could be a trickle-down effect to you as the consumer in the form of higher gas prices.
Companies will be paying more for operational expenses, which eventually will be passed on through the consumer.
And things don't stop with the oil industry. Fellows says Lafayette area manufacturers will face increased production costs for raw materials. And he says because we're a regional transportation hub, Lafayette's trucking, rail, and shipping industries will be impacted by the higher tariffs too. Plus, Louisianians can expect to see a price increase while shopping at the grocery store.
Produce from Mexico is definitely going to go up. If you have dairy from Canada, that's going to go up.
And who will be the hardest hit by these consumer price increases here in Acadiana?
Who will be affected the most, sadly, is the lower middle and middle class, because they spend most of their money on food, fuel, and utilities.
But it's not just increased costs for imports. Other nations are now retaliating by imposing tariffs on U.S. exports. Here in South Louisiana, our rice, sugarcane, and seafood industries depend on trades with Canada and Mexico. Fellows says the uncertainty surrounding trade policies may also discourage companies from long-term investments in Lafayette's industrial and agriculture sectors. In other words, fewer jobs and lack of economic growth locally. In studio for News 15 Investigates, I'm Dracar Francois.